Hey, and welcome to the Mindwalker Method. I'm your host, Tony Wake. And if you're new here, I want to say welcome and thank you for joining. If you're interested in personal development, maybe you're looking for some motivation, maybe you want to unleash all of that potential that you have inside of you, and I want to say you're in the right place. So I would highly suggest you click that subscribe button down below. Click the little bell notification because every Monday I'm releasing new thought-provoking content. And also, as from next week, every Friday we'll be doing interviews with other experts in the field of personal development and human potential so that you get the newest and greatest information that will help you to live your best life. But before we get into this week's episode, I just want to say thank you for joining me here today and for hanging out with me, for liking, for sharing, and for commenting on my videos because it helps me to improve and serve you folks a lot better. And I appreciate each and every single one of you because of this community that we're building here together so that we can learn from one another and keep growing from strength to strength. Now, this week, I'm going to talk about emotion. Now, a lot of people wonder, what does emotion have to do with manifestation and how does manifestation and emotion come together? But let's start at one point and I'll take you step by step through it so that you can understand how you can use emotion to create and manifest everything and anything in your life that you desire. Now, when we look at emotion is energy in motion, which means you first create and build up the energy for it, and there's a specific movement involved. So that energy starts to flow in a specific direction. Now you might want to go and check out my other video regarding flow and how to get into flow. It's right over there for you to click and follow through with that. If you don't understand how to get into flow, it's described in detail there. For those who have been following along, when you get into flow, the emotion, the energy that you've generated begins to flow in a specific direction, that which you focus on. But now when it comes to emotion, a lot of you are asking, okay, Tony, what does emotion have to do with manifestation? How can I use this emotion that I have and actually create something with it? Well, Albert Einstein said that energy cannot be created or destroyed. However, it can be transmuted, which means it can change from one aspect to another. And that is what I'm going to teach you in this podcast episode and this video episode here today. How you can take the emotion that you're experiencing and take it from one aspect, transmute it, change it, take control of it, and through that you begin to manifest and create that which you want in your life. Now, everything that you are after in life is because of emotion. So you want to be rich, right? Well, the money gives you a specific emotion. It's not about the money. It's about what the money can give you, the emotions that money can give you. A sense of security, a sense of significance maybe, a sense of luxury and comfort. Money gives you all of those things. Maybe you're after a relationship. It's not the relationship that you're actually after. It's what the relationship can give you energetically, emotionally. You're wanting to get into that relationship because it gives you a sense of comfort, a sense of closeness, a sense of love and connection. That's what you're actually after. Not the relationship itself, but the emotions that relationship gives you. Maybe you want to live in a fancy house or you want to be the CEO of your own company. Again, it's not about having that position. It's about what does that position give you? What emotions does that position give you? If I'm the CEO of a company, it gives me a sense of significance. It gives me a sense of authority. It makes me feel important somehow. And those are the emotions that I'm after. And I believe then that by doing this, that by going after that, whatever it is, that emotion, that is what it's going to give me. Now, the first step to understand is that emotion, like I said, is energy, so it cannot be created or destroyed. We have emotions every single moment of every day. Whether you're awake, even while you're asleep, there are emotions and energy running through your system. So the first step is to notice what emotion are you experiencing. If you're experiencing a negative emotion, remember, energy doesn't have a designation. It's not good or bad. It's not helpful or unhelpful. It simply is energy. It's either getting you towards where you want to go, or it's taking you away from where you want to go. So on that scale of where you are and where you want to be, notice the emotion, notice the energy that you are feeling. Is it a bad feeling? Okay, I'm feeling heart sore, or I'm feeling insignificant, or I'm feeling depressed, or whatever emotion it is that you're feeling at that point, whatever energy it is that you are vibrating at, whatever frequency it is that you're resonating on, that emotion is determining how you are experiencing your current circumstances, your current experience. So if that feeling, if that emotion that you're currently experiencing isn't feeling good, then that is a way for your spirit, for your higher self, for your unconscious part of your mind to communicate to you that where you currently are is not where you should be. It's not aligned with where you want to go. You are not in flow, so to speak. So how do you change that? Well, to know what you do want, you start with what you don't want, right? If I know that I do not want to feel depressed, if I know that I do not want to feel angry or fearful or heartbroken or whatever unhelpful emotion that is, whatever energy is flowing at the moment that is feeling uncomfortable to me, then I know what I do want. If I don't want to feel heartbroken, then I know I want to feel in love. If I don't want to feel poor and stricken with guilt, for example, then I know I want to feel empowered. I want to feel that I have options available to me. If I don't want to feel anger and frustration, then I would rather choose to feel calm, relaxed energy and a calm, relaxed emotion. So whatever it is that you're feeling at the moment, whatever energy it is that you're experiencing, start with where you are. Don't try to immediately change it, because now you're running up against it. What you resist persists, which means the more you focus on what you don't want, the more energy you're feeding into it, the bigger you're growing it, the more you're amplifying that emotion. You're putting energy into an energy that there already is, and you're building it up and you're making it bigger. And that's why a lot of times when people are feeling depressed or stricken with guilt or blame or any of those emotions that are uncomfortable to experience, the more they focus on it, the worse it gets. So how do you change it? How do you take it from the concept of, okay, I do not want to feel this. What do I want? Well, it begins with focus. Like I explained in my video about flow, where your focus goes, energy flows. So if I keep on focusing on what I don't want, I'm pushing energy into it and I'm building that thing bigger and I'm making it worse than what it is. However, the moment I ask myself, if I don't want this, what do I want instead? What am I going to focus on instead? And now that I focus on the opposite of what I don't want, which means I'm focusing on what I do want, now I'm beginning to put energy into that. I'm beginning to resonate with that frequency. I'm getting into the flow of things. So the emotions that I'm feeling is a way for me to gauge, where am I? How close am I? Am I aligned to where I want to go? And how am I vibrating and resonating at that frequency to get me towards where I want to go? So if I don't want to feel depressed and down and I want to feel happy and elated, now I know, and I ask myself, what do I want? I want to feel happy. I want to feel elated. I want to feel energized. And now my focus is on that. So that's the first step, getting yourself focused on where you want to go. The second thing that you need to do is ask yourself, if that is where I want to go, how am I going to get there? What do I need to do to get there? In other words, if I'm going to be happy and elated, how will I know that I've reached that point? What does it feel like to be happy and elated? What does it feel like to feel content? What does it feel like to be comfortable within myself, that I'm not down and depressed, but I'm actually happy with who I am? I'm content and comfortable in my own skin. Well, I would breathe a specific way. I would have specific facial expressions. My voice tonality would be a different way. I would say different things to myself in my mind. I would communicate with other individuals around me in a different way. So by pinpointing those things, What would it be like if I'm already there? That's how I know when I've reached that point. So knowing when I've reached that point, now I can begin to take a step backwards, step by step. Like I said in my video of flow, reverse engineer it. So in order for me to get to that point, now I reverse engineer, how will I know just before I've reached that? And what will I know just before that? And that way I can build it back onto where I currently am. So taking the emotion that I currently have, understanding the resonance that I currently have, and beginning to alternate my frequency, my focus, the emotions that I'm having, and taking it step by step and tuning it to align with where I want to go. Now I'm beginning to create that which I'm focusing on. I'm beginning to resonate in alignment with it. And I'm beginning to put into practice what we call the law of attraction. Now, the law of attraction states that two things that are not on the same frequency cannot attract one another. Only those things that are in the same frequency, we call it sympathetic vibration, begin to attract one another. I cannot attract happiness into my life if I'm constantly in a state of unhappiness. My frequency will push that away. My resonance is misaligned to that which I want. So it's a catch-22 situation. I want to be happy, I want to be excited, I want to feel good, but currently I'm not feeling good. And the more I look at how I'm not feeling good at the moment, the more I'm actually pushing away that which I want. So stop yourself where you currently are. And the best way to do that is either through meditation, through breathing techniques, to quiet the mind. Because the more you are putting energy into that thing, the more and worse you're making it. I normally tell my students when I do one-on-one coaching, when you find yourself in a hole and you find yourself going deeper into the hole and you want to get out of that hole, the first thing that you need to do is you need to stop digging. So this is the method that I teach my students, to focus on your breathing. Whatever you're feeling right now, focus on your breathing. Focus on breathing deep and relaxed down into your stomach. Begin to relax your body, and any thoughts that might come your way, just have them come and go at their own pace, at their own time. Focus on your breathing. And as you focus on your breathing, begin to imagine where you want to be instead. What is it that I want to experience? How will I know when I've gotten there? And by knowing what it would be like when you're there, immediately you'll notice your breathing has already shifted, your facial expressions have shifted, your body is beginning to feel different already, just by focusing on what you do want. Now, knowing what you do want, knowing what it would be like to actually be there, you have already started to shift your emotion, your frequency, your vibration, your energy, and you're beginning to resonate on that frequency. And that is the trick. By doing it that way, you are beginning to manifest that which you already want. Because as the saying goes, as above, so below, as within, so without. There's another one that says, seek first the kingdom and everything else will be added onto it. Well, this is what it's all about. The kingdom is within. You begin from within and you begin to change yourself from within. That inner frequency, that inner focus, that inner experience and energy that you have, you begin to change it. And through that, you begin to manifest it on the outside. But now it's not just going to happen in the snap of a finger. Okay, I've changed my mindset and boom, now it's there. There is what we call a buffering process. Because as within, now you begin to resonate that frequency, you begin to change your energy, change your emotions, and you have to stick with it. Because the more you stick to it and the more you keep focusing on what you do want, eventually that is going to turn into action. Physical action that you're going to start taking, different ways of breathing, different ways of moving, different thoughts and ideas that are going to come to mind. And based on those thoughts and ideas that you have, now you begin to take action on them. And as you begin to take action on them, you are slowly beginning to build and create that which you want in your physical experience. So that is how manifestation works. It starts from within, it turns into thoughts. From the thoughts, it turns into behavior. From the behavior, you begin to experience not only better emotions, but the emotions feed back into the actions that you take to begin to create and manifest that which what you want. So that is how you take emotions, how you take energy, you begin to transfer them, transmute them, and begin to align them to what you do want in life. That is how you can take any emotion and begin to use it as a tool to manifest that what you want. So thank you for tuning into this week's episode. I hope that you take some value in this information, that you begin to question the thoughts that you have and how you can take those thoughts, turn them into a tool for manifestation, and begin to create a life of fulfillment so that you can begin to live your life with passion and excitement each and every single day. Because each and every person deserves to experience that. If you want more information on these type of topics, like I say, please click the subscribe button, join in on the community. You can go to my website, tonywake.com. And we also have our online academy at mindwalker.co.za, where you can find out more about this type of information, courses that we're going to be teaching online for those who are interested in teaching themselves and empowering themselves to become better than what they currently are. And you can find me on all the social networks as @TheTonyWake. And if you really want to join a community of like-minded individuals such as yourself, where we learn from one another, where we build each other up, where we motivate each other, where we create a tribe, where we stand together, you can look on all the social media at the Mindwalker Tribe. The link is down below in the description as well. So thank you for joining in this week of the Mindwalker Method, and I'll see you soon with a next episode where we can be better and live a life of true power and unleash that power that you have within.